But if there were only 2,000 people in these groups, and most of them were not assassins, who were the 28,000 people that were disappeared? I will let the words of General Iberico St. John answer that question. First, we will kill the subversives, then we kill their collaborators, then their sympathizers, then those who remain indifferent, and finally, we will kill the timid. The junta called themselves the National Reorganization Process, and the process became an all-out war on intellectuals, the press, leftists, and anyone else they decided endangered the vision they had for Argentine society. According to Patricia Marchak, in the book God's Assassins, State Terrorism in Argentina in the 1970s, the military promised law and order, a return to family values, and the reestablishment of Christian morals. This return to family values involved grabbing people off the streets and taking them to one of over 300 torture centers where they would be accused of being subversives and held and questioned about their politics and friends, released sometimes after years or killed. Another element to this is that while Perón had provided safety for Jewish refugees during World War II, he also provided homes for several high-ranking Nazis. While the Dirty War was not overtly anti-Semitic, according to Marguerite Fetlowitz, tapes of Hitler's speeches were blared through certain camps. Some enforcers wore swastikas and performed their work under a portrait of the Führer. Sometimes people would be shot in the street and left as a message to imaginary leftists. Most of the actual radicals had been disposed of pretty early on, and to create panic in ordinary citizens. Most often, the desaparecidos, the disappeareds, families were not notified of what had happened to their loved ones, and there are many still left wondering today. There could be a whole other lecture on how one country reconciles or doesn't after such a brutal division. In the end, the banning of new math and Venn diagrams was just a reflection of a larger rejection of logic by a portion of Argentina's citizens. When the truth, in this case, that they were never really in much danger of being completely overtaken by God-hating, new math-spouting insurgents calling for the destruction of society, was rejected in favor of a narrative that served to keep the population fearful and isolated, and conspiracy theories and alternative facts took hold. How do you get people to believe the truth? How long does it take for lies to die after they have been proven false? How can logic continue to help us reason through turmoil when its very underpinnings are cast in doubt by those who wish to no longer be bound by it? I think by now you have probably figured out my subtext,